everybody. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Today I just want to tap on probably 7 to 8 different things that I think is going to help us out. What ends up happening, so we got some new agents coming on, old agents that work with us, so what ends up happening is that we tend sometimes to get into a rut. Either we're doing the same thing over and over again that we feel is the right way, or we're afraid to try new things. So let's kind of talk about some things that, here's a fact, old ways will not open new doors, okay? What ends up happening is that when you're not doing things the way that you feel you should be, because you said, doggone Joe, I'm just afraid to try this here. I don't want to be that aggressive when I'm talking to somebody. When they sit and tell me no, they don't want something, I don't know how to overcome that there. So what we need to kind of think about is, what can I do to make some changes to what I'm doing? So Thursday I'm going to talk about, I want to think about it, or today's just not a good day. So those are the two things I'm going to talk about on Thursday. So make sure you tune in to where I'm going to sit and give you some viewpoints and some thoughts on when people tell you this stuff here. Hearing it, writing it down, practicing is going to make it a little bit easier for you when you're sitting in front of somebody. Let's continue. When we're in the house, what happens is that we feel that we are salespeople. We're supposed to sit and cram the information down their throat, tell them, listen, you send a card in, you send in a Facebook request, I got a phone lead from you, this is something you want. So we want to get to a point where we actually want to choke them to where they want to listen and they want to buy. We need to take a step back, and we need to sit and sell ourselves as that, like, let's don't sell life insurance. Let's don't sell a final expense plan. Let's go over what this can do for that person and that person's family. So when you look at it as if it's not an aggressive approach, it's a passive approach to where you're reaching their heart and their soul, because what we do is an emotional financial decision. And what ends up happening when you're not making sales, you're not seeing things right, you got a chargeback, you need some money, you got your car payment coming up, what ends up happening is that we don't realize it. We start talking with what we call is commission breath. And when you start speaking with commission breath, what ends up happening is that you don't realize you become a little bit too aggressive, a little too pushy, you're not listening as well, you're just hearing, and what you're doing is that you're in there for the kill. And what ends up happening is that you end up killing the sale because you're not listening and you're speaking with the wrong tone of voice. So let's remember, what we do is our delivery, how we listen. And I'm a firm believer is that we've got to remember the 12-inch rule between your heart and your brain. There's a 12-inch rule that we've got to get between here and here to speak to this person, to where we catch something, we hit a hot button, to where they understand that the reason you're there is to help them and assist them and guide them to where they make a good choice. Sometimes people don't realize they need this program. Sometimes people realize they need it, yet they feel they can't afford it. I'm not going to qualify for it. It's going to take too long. It's a hassle. They heard a story from their neighbor next door. Their neighbor next door said it costs so much. So we need to make sure that when we're speaking to people, we tell them that what we're doing is based on your age, smoker, non-smoker, and how your health is. And tell people that live around you, people you may have spoke to, told you that their plan costs a lot of money, yet it's based on your age and your health. Let's go over this here to see what I can do to help you. Now, by saying that there, we need to tell people, let me do the heavy lifting for you. Let me go over the different programs that are available for you. Make sure you emphasize, you tell them that you are an independent agent, an independent broker. You represent numerous companies. I picked the number 26. 26 is the amount of companies I like. Pick a number that you feel comfortable with and stick with it. Because when people hear that you've got more than one carrier, you're going to shop it around for them. You're going to go over it with them right then and there. Let me do the heavy lifting for you. Give me some information about you. I'm going to put you in the best program. There's no need to do no shopping because I have all the best carriers. Let them know that you are prepared for them. Let them know you've been in the business for a long period of time by doing a little bit of bragging of what you do. And then from there, take one soft step backwards to make sure you're speaking a little bit slower. Because what happens is that we get excited. You get into a house, you've been knocking on doors, you can't get in front of them. And what ends up happening, you start becoming a little bit aggressive. So take one soft step backwards, just relax a little bit, kind of breathe a little bit, and get your mojo going to where you can help these people out. This is something I saw in my encyclopedia of different things I pulled out. And it says, when you walk into a client's house and ask them, how can I help you? I don't even have the person who wrote this down here, but it's some book. It's something I found in one of the insurance manuals, insurance magazines I got. They say it's insulting, it's a turnoff, and a crutch. You're kind of stating that your client lacks the ability to identify what they want and what they have on their mind. How can I help you is what I just asked, what I said. It says here, a better approach to take is, let's talk about what's on your mind. Excuse me, it's kind of a better approach. They say it's a little easier opening up. And what it's going to do is going to let the customer feel, the client feel, that you want to know what's on their mind. And hopefully what they're going to do, they're going to sit and talk about what's on their mind. Same ending, but yet it's the words that we use. It is our delivery. It's how we come across to people, is what people are going to do and think about whether they say they like you. One chance to make a first impression. When you walk up to a door in the morning and you knock on that door, the first thing you say, that first word out of your mouth, hello, good morning, good afternoon, whatever those words are, that person is either going to like you or not like you. Come on, Joe, they can't tell by just that there. Well, depends on how you're standing. Depends on how your tone is. Depends on your eye contact with these people. It's all in your mind. Now, let's talk about this here. How well do you know your products? Okay? How well do you know your products? Let me get this paper here. I went too fast. Here's what we're going to talk about. Etc. You know how people sit and say, we're going to talk about this, etc., the ETC? This is what I kind of put the ETC with. E is energy that we deliver to the people and the words that we use with voice inflection. The T, are you coming across trustful? Are you smiling? Are you being sincere when you're speaking with that person? And the C out of the ETC is compassion. Are you speaking from your heart? Are you reading their body language? Are you asking them questions based on what their concerns are? Are you leading them down that yellow brick road to where you can feel what they're saying? They had somebody die in their family recently. Go a little slower. I'm here to help you. Do not assume it's a sale. Assume that you have an opportunity to make the sale, which is going to give you the opportunity to get your confidence level a little higher. Yet, I'm going to caution you and tell you to go at a speed of comfort for you as well as that client. Because what happens is that client this morning at 9:30, you may have walked in, you may have done what you do normally and made a sale. Congratulations. Yet you go in the afternoon, you do the same speed and the client doesn't want to buy it, and you say, what did I do wrong? Well, that client's personality may be different. Their needs may not have been the exact as that same person. So we as salespeople have to know how to read the people we're dealing with. Their body language, how they're shifting, or they're moving, are they paying attention to us? Do they have eye contact with us? Are we allowing them to ask questions? Are we domineering the conversation to where we feel that since we made a sale, we're on the top of the mountain and we're going to drive this client home like we did the other one? Think about this. Take one soft step backwards and kind of analyze this person. Everybody's different. Men are different than women, depending on their age, depending on their situation, whether they're married or single, kids, no kids, somebody passed away, nobody passed away. You got to sit and think about the overall picture when you're speaking with that client. So when you're speaking with them, you know how to attend to their heart and soul. 12-inch rule. Their mind, their heart, It's an emotional and a financial decision. And what we want to do is we actually want to be a mentor, a coach. We want to listen to what they're saying to give them the solutions. So when they're saying, I don't know if I can afford much, say, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some programs that are definitely affordable to you. If they say they want something cheap, your response is going to be, well, we have many cheap programs. Joe, I don't like using that word cheap. It doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound right. Well, it's not a word that I use. But then again, if we are going to mimic, copy that person, get that person to like us, we need to repeat the words that they use because they feel that we're on the same level as them. Okay? ETC, energy with voice inflection, trustfulness with a smile, compassion, eye contact, and being sincere. Now, let's move on to some ways we can make some money. Everybody on this call wants to make some extra money. And I just picked out Royal Neighbors today, one of our carriers. Do you guys know their member benefits when you're speaking with a client? Do you know that they give them a free will? Do you know that you have the ability to go online and order all of their member benefits to go over with your client, which will make your program sound a whole lot sexier than a different carrier? When you start giving people the value of working with you, the value of working with the carrier that you feel they're going to qualify for, and you tell them the perks and benefits they're going to get as well, what you're doing is that you're making everything come around full circle to where you're an independent broker. You don't represent yourself, you represent them. You're going to find the best carrier for them because of their budget and their health. And what you're going to do is that you're going to guide them down the yellow brick road you want to. If you feel Royal Neighbors is the correct choice because of their health, and you feel that the living will is going to be something, the discount cards they offer is something that they mention to you, that's what you got to go with. If the person has COPD, they had emphysema, they got Parkinson's, Royal Neighbors is a graded. Yet we've got carriers where you can get immediate benefits. So what you need to do, you need to find out their health before you go down the road of this is the best carrier for you. This is my favorite carrier. Because when you start telling somebody, I'm going to put you in this carrier here, you're going to get a free will, you're going to get free this, free that. Then you do the underwriting, and then you find out that they're not going to qualify, or they're not going to qualify for immediate benefits. You're going to turn people off because it's kind of like dangling that little carrot in front of them and tell them, listen, sorry, you can't have it. That's going to upset anybody. Now, let's talk about some ways for you to make money. Sagicor has till the end of this year to where you can go out and write an application and make a 15% bonus. Whatever your commission is, you can make 15% more. You do it online. They got a no lapse universal life, 25,000 to 400,000. People less than 65 years old. You can get them approved right on your iPad or on your whatever computer you want to use. Okay, 15% bonus on top of that. There, to me, I think about using that 15% to buy some type of lead. Americo has their You First program. It's good till close to the end of the year. Okay, I don't have the exact date right in front of me. It's good almost till the end of the year. You're going to get an 8% bonus on all their life products except their Lifetime Legacy, which is their single premium whole life. Okay? Think about this here. If you can make 15% with one company, 8% with another company, you must sit and ask yourself, why do I not want to write them? Carrier's paying you. They're giving you an additional bonus to write their products. It's built into their pricing, is how they want to do things. So take advantage of those there on the American Eagle or the American Ultra Protector. If you run across a client that has a net spend card and they do not have the routing number or the account number, okay, from their cell phone, you can type in 22622, type in, you text 22622, you type in direct and hit send, and it's going to send you their routing number and their account number where you can put that on the checking account information for you to write a policy. If you didn't hear what I said, go to the back office. It's on the back office right there for you on a little piece of paper, just like this. Lastly, it's the middle of the year. Are you guys keeping track of your expenses? You have a CPA that does your books? Do you do your own books? You need to start keeping track of your expenses, because when the year end comes up, to accumulate all those and separate all that stuff is going to be a little bit of a hassle. My recommendation is to put everything in an envelope, okay? Or by the month, or by gasoline, one envelope, another one for expenses, another one for advertising, another one for whatever. Have everything broke down for you, so at the end of the year, you've captured all of your expenses, so at the end of the year, you've got some additional write-offs to where you pay less income taxes. So think about the things we talked about today. Your delivery, your voice inflection, finding and helping them with the needs that they have. Tell them what is on your mind. Go from there. Take your time, slow your jets down. Try not to get aggressive with commission breath. Think your mind and your heart, the 12-inch rule, to try to get to their heart and soul, to where you're there to assist them and help them to see what program they qualify for. With that said, guys, you're all independent brokers. You all work for yourselves, not by yourself. Give me a call when you need me, or get with your manager. I appreciate your hard work, and as always, make it a great day. Bye-bye. Oh, I forgot these cards.
Which cards?
The good cards.
Good RX.